Dissolutive. Okay. Lisa, are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you help me translate the next part?
Okay.
So, dissolutive. We form, I should say that we have these kinds of machines. We have these many different machines that run in our mind. And they're running all the time. We have hundreds of different machines that are running all the time. These machines are like processes. Let's look at some easy examples first of how they become. It says once voluntary, meaning I need to use my conscious mind, I need to pay attention to them first, but now they are automatic and I don't even need to think about them. The first example of how we use the unconscious to run these kinds of processes without having to think about them. I'll go with a really important one first, which everybody can do. We have a machine that can do it in our mind somewhere. So let's say we're about 2 or 3 years old, and or maybe younger than that. I don't know how old children are when they learn this. Okay, so we're young, and we see the people around us, the adults or the other children around us, we see them walking on 2 legs. We don't walk on 2 legs, we crawl, right? We use our hands and our feet, especially if our parents put us down on the ground, we use our hands and our feet to move around, we crawl. But because we are meant to learn from our environment, we're meant to learn from the people around us, we see that they're all walking, and eventually we learn how to walk. In the beginning, our parents help us. They will hold us up by our arms and they will help us to take one step after the next step after the next step. Of course, we fall many times, and in the beginning it's not easy for us to stand up by ourselves. We learn how to stand up, we fall. We learn how to stand up, we fall. We hold on to things, we get our balance, we start taking one step, to the next step, we fall. When we're very young, this is a conscious process, meaning that we have to pay attention to our balance, we have to pay attention to the first step, and then maintaining the weight between the first step and the second step, and shifting the balance onto the next foot, and then again maintaining the balance and shifting the weight, all of our body weight onto this foot, and then moving the foot in front, and then again shifting our balance and then our weight onto this, and it becomes a process. It becomes a process that we have to slowly and painfully learn. But maybe by the time we are 3 years old or 4 years old, now it's a machine. We don't need the conscious mind anymore. We can automatically walk without thinking. We learn to run, we learn to jump, we learn to use our legs and our balance better and better and better as that machine that we have, that process becomes more and more efficient. And then at any age after that, it's an automatic process. I don't need to consciously think about how I'm going to walk. Unless, of course, when I'm older, I get into some kind of accident. Maybe I break a leg or I lose a leg or something like that. Then I have to learn it again. I have to learn how to walk in a different way. And then I have to again use, and then that program or that machine is kind of useless, and I have to throw away that machine, and I have to build a new machine by using the conscious mind and forming this new machine and painfully going through the process again of learning how to shift my balance, how to move my feet. But again, it doesn't take a long time. It becomes an automatic process eventually, and it's stored in my unconscious, and I don't need to access it directly to know how to walk. It's just there, and I can use it anytime I want without even thinking about it. Lisa.
是说呢，这里是有一个像机器一样的东西在我们的脑袋里，它会记住那些学习的过程，然后呢，之后呢，就是你第一次呢，用你的意识来记住这些行动之后呢，那个机器呢就会把这些东西封到你的潜意识里，它就会自动帮你去完成这些东西。然后呢，这里就给了一个例子，就是说小孩学走路，就是大概2、3岁的时候，总之就是那个小孩还很小的时候呢，他会看到他周围的人大一点的那些小孩啊，或者是他的父母，都是用2条腿走路的，但是呢，他自己呢就是在爬，就是手脚并用的爬，就相当于是4条腿走路，就和其他人不一样，所以呢，他就会试着去学怎么样用2条腿走路。然后呢，一开始呢，父母就会帮助他，就会拉着他，然后呢，那个小孩呢就会跟着学，然后有时候会摔倒，他又会爬起来，然后呢，就在这个过程中呢，他就学会了怎么样走路，然后呢，这时候呢，他是在用自己的意识来记录这些行为，然后呢，他做出这些行动也是要用意识来控制的，所以就比较困难。然后呢，等他稍微大一点了，就学会走路了呢，那个他脑袋里那个机器就已经记录下来怎么样走路，所以呢，他就可以自动的就不用怎么想的就可以这样走出去了。然后呢，还可以就他不用想怎么样去平衡，怎么样去再迈出一步脚步，他只要想要走路，他就自动的走出去了。然后他还可以学习更多的，比如说跑步呀、怎么打球呀之类的，反正就是越做越好了。但是呢，还有一种情况就是，如果他的腿又断了的话，他就要重新学习怎么样走路，他就要丢掉原来的那个机器，要重新造一个机器来把那个走路的步骤放到潜意识里，然后之后呢，他也能继续那样走路了。That's all.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue. Let's continue, Lisa. Another example of this process. Oh, before I give you this example, I want to talk about how it works when you look at brain scans. People who are learning new skills, whatever age they are, this example of a child learning to walk is very similar, but anytime anybody is learning anything new, it's a new skill or a new ability, a new habit, a new action. If you scan their brain, the first few times, let's talk about dancing as an example, okay? The first time a person is learning how to dance, and you scan their brain while they're learning how to dance, you will see both sides, both hemispheres, the left side and the right side, they will be super active. The front part, the middle, the back, it will all be active because this is a completely new process for them. They don't know how to move their legs, they don't know how to move their bodies, their hands, they don't know what to look at. It's confusing, they don't know how to follow the music. And of course, they're making a lot of mistakes, and they're getting correction from the dance teacher or correction from the people they're watching. They are learning a new skill, and it requires everything. their full attention. So the whole brain is active. And then slowly, after a few dance classes or a few sessions, you slowly start to see that the right side, if I'm not mistaken, the right side of their brain becomes inactive. There's no activity there anymore. After they've done that thing a few times, and now they're not making as many mistakes. They are making some mistakes, but they have the basic techniques down. They have some idea about how to follow the music. The right side of their brain is not active. It's just the whole left side. The whole left side is trying to understand the process, trying to build in the skill, trying to build it as a habit, to not think about it as much. And then slowly, as they practice the skill, they go to more and more dance classes, they practice dancing with people, they listen to different kinds of music, they practice at home, they become more and more, the actions of dancing becomes more and more automatic. They don't have to focus on how do I move my feet now, where do I go with my hands, what do I look at, what should I do next. It becomes more and more automatic. You notice that the left side of their brain, the front part of the left side of the brain becomes inactive. And it's only the back part of the left side of their brain that's still active as they are learning the skill, as they are practicing the skill. And then slowly, as you continue to scan the brain, as they continue to learn the skill and practice more and more and more, the activity in their left side of the brain becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually it is a habit, until eventually it's so automatic that they don't have to think about anything. It's almost like, again, like a small machine or like a tiny program. As soon as you press play, the thing is just going to run. And because it's so small, it's so efficient, it's using the smallest part, the smallest amount of neuroelectric activity. Neuro refers to the brain. I don't know if that was correct. Neuro refers to the brain. Electric refers to the signaling inside the brain, and activity. It's like a, how would I describe it, right? Like a spider web, and it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and there's less and less electrical signals being sent, and it becomes so small that now it is an automatic process. It's a very, very efficient little machine that runs in the background. Every habit is like this. Every skill is like this. The more you practice the skill, the more you do that habit, the more you have that habit, I should say, the smaller and smaller the machine becomes, and the less you have to think about it. The more it is just going to run by itself anytime you need it. But also sometimes when you don't want it to happen, when you don't want to run this program, it will just press play by itself because it wants to do it. It has its own schedule. Lisa.
这里就是又给了另外一个例子，说的是人怎么学习跳舞的。这个例子想说明的就是，也不是想说明什么，就是说，无论什么时候、什么年龄，人在学习的时候呢，当你扫描他们的大脑的时候呢，会出现不一样的景象。这里就以跳舞为例子，就是你第一次学跳舞的时候呢，你的两边的大脑都会非常的活跃，因为你完全不知道该怎么做，怎么跟着那个音乐，然后你也会犯很多错。然后呢，等你学了几节课之后呢，你的那个右脑呢就不那么活跃了，就也可以说是完全的不活跃了。然后呢，你的左脑还是会很活跃的。这时候呢，你会犯一些错误，但是没有刚开始这么多了，因为你已经学会了一些基本的技巧。然后呢，当你上了更多的课，学了更多的东西的时候呢， 你的大脑呢就开始基本上可以自动的完成这些步骤了，就只有你左脑的前部分会，不对，你的左脑的前部分呢也开始不活跃了。然后呢，当你学了更多的这些课程之后呢，你的左脑的活跃度就越来越低，然后呢，那些活跃的部分也会变得越来越小。然后呢，你也需要想更少的东西，就像你的身体可以自动完成它一样，因为它已经封在你的潜意识里了。然后呢，总之就是越往后呢，你用想的东西就越少。然后呢，就像你的身体可以自动完成它一样，到了最后呢，就算你想改变你自己身体的这些运行的过程呢，它也会自动的按它自己的方式去完成，就总之就是这样子。That's all.
Okay, Lisa, we're going to continue. So, the next example, as I was saying, the reason why I'm talking about these little machines in the back of our left brain and how they run automatically and how they form these habits that sometimes we can't even control. I want to give you an example of smoking. There are people there are people in our class who enjoy this little habit. You know who you are. And it's an interesting habit because when you first start smoking, you're not really addicted yet. You don't really have it as a habit yet. You might enjoy it, or you might think, oh, it looks cool, I like it. And then slowly it becomes the habit. Slowly it becomes that automatic process. The machine becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, right? And it becomes very, very powerful. And I said that it has its own schedule, or it has its own way of controlling itself or controlling the person. It will automatically send signals to the nervous system or to the other parts of the brain or the body and say, hey, it's time for me to turn on this machine, and it's time for me to run this machine because I have my own schedule. For the last 3 months, I have been running this machine 10 times every day. But today, I didn't run it. It's already 3 p.m. and I didn't run it. I need to run it. This is not normal for me. Press play. Come on. And so the thing presses play. The machine starts running. And then the human being feels like, something doesn't feel normal. Let me go and find my pack of cigarettes and let me smoke. I don't really know why, but I need to do that. It has to happen. It doesn't feel normal if I don't do that. So I look around my room and I can't find my pack of cigarettes. I don't have any cigarettes. I ran out yesterday and I didn't buy any. That's why I didn't smoke today. I woke up in the morning and there weren't any, so I thought, okay, whatever. I'm too lazy to go outside to the convenience store, so I'll just wait. I don't want to take a shower. I don't want to wash my face. I don't want to go outside and walk around and buy it, so I'm not going. But now it's 3 p.m. and the machine is really, really angry. The machine is like, hey, you haven't run me. In the morning, you usually run me about 3 or 4 times. You didn't run me today. Come on, I need to run. They have their own minds, these machines. They have their own way of controlling the human being. They're a habit. And so it's 3 p.m. and there's no cigarettes in the room, so now it has to be a little bit more serious. It has to going back to our previous lecture, we talked about the explore function, the explore subpersonality. So now it makes sure that the explore function comes up. This machine has access to other machines. The explore function will have to go and find cigarettes. If they're not in my room, I need to leave my house. I need to go and find the shop, or maybe I already know where the shop is. I'm just going to walk there, buy the cigarettes, and immediately as soon as I buy them, I'm going to smoke. It's an interesting example of how the machine runs us. Now I want to continue with this example and say, okay, now maybe you're somebody who's decided, okay, you know what, this is actually not a very good habit. I'm killing myself. My lungs are going to become black and destroyed. And if I get the coronavirus, I'm going to die because my lungs are shit. I don't know what to do. So I decide, okay, I'm going to quit. And now I have to basically destroy the machine, right? Like there's no other way. That machine is so powerful, it's so small, it's so efficient, it's a beautiful, beautiful machine. It's so, how should I say it? The program is so clean. It's the smallest thing possible to run it. It's a beautiful machine. But now I need to quit, so I basically have to destroy the machine. But this part of our unconscious is not that easy. You can't just destroy the machine because you decide to. Obviously, if you have had experiences of trying to quit smoking, and I have as well, by the way, at least 10, 15, 20 times, good luck with that. You say, yeah, I'm going to quit, but the machine is still there. The machine just laughs at you. It's like, yeah, right. You think that's going to happen, but I control you. This machine of mine, I will make you smoke. You have no choice. So what you have to do here is, there's different things, right? So the first thing you have to do is you have to destroy the machine, but you can't destroy the machine because it's a perfect machine. So what you have to do in this situation is you have to make another machine. This is how complicated our habits are, or this part of our unconscious is, the dissolutive part. The way to change a habit is you can't just stop the habit. You have to replace the habit. But the first thing you have to do is create a machine that stops the first machine, that stops the first machine from running. And then you have to create another machine that does something else instead of using this machine. So let's say, for example, I smoke 10 times a day. The first time, maybe, let's say I smoke, 3 or 4 times in the morning, 3 or 4 times in the afternoon, 3 or 4 times in the evening, right? So this machine has a schedule to run. So basically I have to create a machine, another machine that stops this machine. And then I have to create a different habit that runs instead of the machine, right? So maybe the machine I create to stop the habit of smoking is, it's a reminder to myself. Smoking is going to, it's going to destroy my lungs. It's going to destroy my lungs. It's going to destroy my lungs. And this machine will kind of stop the first one. Like, oh, okay, I know. I don't want to destroy my lungs. I don't want to die young. I don't want to have these health problems. Fine. So that's the second machine. But I also need to replace the habit because I do those things 10 times a day. So if I create another habit, another thing that takes up the same time, maybe this one is I chew gum, or I go outside for fresh air. I just go outside and I stand outside for a few minutes and I just look at the sky and I breathe. I have to have something that replaces it. Otherwise it's not possible. That machine is just going to run automatically. It doesn't care. If I have something else, another machine that's running at the same time, or another habit that's running instead of this habit, then it's possible. Then maybe I can do it. So this is how you replace one habit with another, how you replace one machine with another machine. But the worst part of this is, the first machine, the habit, the smoking habit, it's a beautiful machine. I've been using this machine for years and years and years. It's perfect. But the new machine that I've built, the new habit, that one is still very young. It's not perfect. It's still not as efficient. And if I feel stressed, if for some reason I feel stressed in my life, something has happened, the new machine stops working. The machine that stops the first one, that one also stops working. And then the old perfect machine, which I have used for years and years, that machine starts again. Lisa.
这里给的是抽烟的例子，就是说一开始呢，你可能只是觉得这个比较酷，然后呢就开始抽烟，然后后来呢，它就成了一种习惯，就你会自动自觉的想抽烟。怎么说呢？总之就是它已经形成了这个习惯，就相当于它是一个机器，它就会自己控制自己，不受其他的控制，它就会自己自动的想要抽烟，然后呢，它就会给你的大脑发送这些信息，然后呢，你就会不知道怎么的就会很想抽烟，然后总之呢，就是你只要养成这习惯，比如说你每天都要抽几包烟，但是你今天没抽的话，它就会给你的大脑发这种信息，然后呢，你呢就会，就算你不想抽烟，它也会联系其他的那些机器让你去拿到烟，然后开始抽。然后呢，所以要怎么戒烟呢？要戒烟的话，就要你再造另外一个机器来代替它。比如说呢，你每天呢都要抽10包烟，比如说上午抽几包，下午抽几包，晚上再抽几包。这时候呢，你又要养成另一个习惯，就是在你抽烟的时候呢，你做一些其他的事情，比如说出去散一下步，或者呼吸一下新鲜空气之类的。然后呢，你还要告诫自己抽烟是不好的，你的肺会废掉的。然后呢，总之这样子去慢慢的代替它。但是呢，有时候呢，你在生活中会遇到压力很大的事情，这时候呢，你的那个新的那个机器呢，可能就会没法工作了。然后呢，你这个旧的机器呢，因为它已经跟着你很多年了，它是比较完美、比较高效的，它又会重新开始运作，所以这也是很麻烦的一点。I think that's all.
Okay. one more example. Lisa, last one.
Okay.
Okay, so the last one I want to do is the example of phone checking. Because this one is something I think everybody has, including myself, by the way. So, and this one is, again, it's another habit that gets just stored in the unconscious. It becomes automatic. It's a beautiful machine. But the interesting thing about this, I mean, I think all of them have this, but here is the process. Here is why it becomes so addictive. The reason is because of dopamine. And you have heard this example at least 2 or 3 times in my class already, so I love reminding you about this. Dopamine gives us the feeling of pleasure, and the reason why is because it is the seeking part of us. It's the part that allows us to explore, to find new things, to discover new information. And phone checking is one of those things that usually will provide us with new information. So for example, if I get a new message from someone, it's new information. If I check my social media, if I check some news, if I check the weather, if I'm getting any kind of information, it is first I'm seeking the information. So dopamine gets released and it tells me to go and seek, to go and find some new information. And then when I press the button and I find some new information, I get pleasure. I feel good because it's like seek and you will find. And then you get this kind of reward. Dopamine is like our body's reward system. If you find something, if you look for something and then you find something, you will get a good feeling, pleasure. So in the beginning, we receive messages and we check our phone, like, oh, okay, new information, great. Somebody sends us a message, we get an email. We search for something on a search engine and we find something new and we feel good, we feel pleasure. But then our body becomes addicted to it. We want that pleasure feeling all the time. And the habit, of course, is to press the button and you receive some new information. Press the button means you find something, and when you see something on your screen, you receive pleasure because you have got some new information. So we do that. We do that again and again and again, and eventually it becomes automatic. And it's such an easy process. It's just pressing a button, or it's just like swiping. 朋友圈, for example, our moments, this is the best thing. It feels so good. Even if the information is completely bullshit and useless, we still feel good. We enjoy the feeling because we are getting some kind of new information. It's a reward for us. So this habit builds. We do it over and over and over again. We press the button, we swipe, we go left, we go right, we go up, we go down, we get new information. And eventually, because it becomes an automatic process, it becomes a little machine that has its own schedule that runs by itself, we find ourselves pressing our phone button 20, 30, 50, 100 times every day because we want that pleasure, we want that release of dopamine, we want to feel good, we want a reward. Lisa.
例子就是看手机的例子，就是呢，当你看手机刷屏的时候呢，你的大脑就会释放多巴胺，就是呢，它会让你去不断的探索，然后呢，当你发现新的信息的时候呢，就会感觉很开心，然后呢，就像得到了奖励一样，所以呢，你就会继续的去寻找这些新的信息，所以呢，就刷屏啊、看手机的时候呢，你就会基本上每次都会看到新的信息，所以呢，你就会感觉很开心，然后呢，又继续的看这些，然后呢，所以呢，当你意识到这点的时候呢，你已经看了几百次这些信息，然后一直在刷屏了，然后呢，你就已经形成了这种习惯，就你的身体会自动的去刷屏，去找这些新的信息，然后呢，就那个机器呢就已经在自动的运作了，就很难改掉这个习惯了。That's all.
Okay. All right, thank you, Lisa.